Welcome. I'm glad everybody that had an opportunity to be here. It's a special day for a lot of people, and history runs deep in this program, and you see it today, and you'll see it as we ramp up for a July 1st of 24 start date. So really today is to talk a little bit about the journey, to celebrate an announcement that I know has been long awaited by a lot of folks. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of the context of the journey, and then we'll introduce our first head coach, and we'll go from there. So obviously transitioning from the current status of the program to an NCAA championship program beginning July 1st of 2024. That will be Shocker Athletics' 16th varsity sport. And so we're really excited about that. That's number one. And then number two, obviously we want to congratulate and announce Holly Harris as our program's first NCAA head coach. So we'll get into that, and we'll have some really good photo ops. And yes, you can do the whoop whoop and get excited about that. Before we get into the meat of it, just several people to thank. President Rick Muma, First Gentleman Rick Case, their support of this transition has been strong since my arrival here, and without which we wouldn't be able to get it done. Vice President Terry Hall, Associate VP Kevin Conda, who are with us today, thank you so much for your guidance and support. Partnership as we work through all the details. I know there's a lot of excitement there. And Gordon Vadigan, I don't know if you had a chance to catch up with Coach. Okay, good. So the timing could not have been worse because he's on vacation. And no, he and Cindy are on vacation, and I know this is a special day for him as well. So Director Shocker Bowling, Mark Lewis, thank you very much for everything that you've done. Obviously, Holly. Our Senior Associate AD, Kent Hagenauer, who will be the day-to-day sport administrator for us, has been integral in a lot of the details and transition. So Kent, thank you very much for your support. And then our Associate AD for Compliance, Corey Torgerson. I'll explain to you a little bit about the process. As of today, we need to be an NCAA compliant program. And so we'll conduct ourselves in that way. Holly's done an awesome job getting educated in a lot of different ways, and that transition will continue. So as a sport, bowling started as an emerging sport within the NCAA structure in 1994 and then advanced to championship level in 2004. I believe, if our numbers are accurate, this will be the 102nd program in NCAA competition, and so we're really excited about that. For those of you that are in the room, most of you know the history of this program, but I want to make sure that we cover it because we start recruiting today as well. So we're going to make sure we get that recorded and put on our website. This program is a 10-time intercollegiate team champion. Won the first national collegiate team championship ever held in 1975. Won 3 of the first 4 championships, 75, 78, 77, and 78, and took second in 76. So it started just tremendously strong and has continued throughout that period of time. So other than 2020, which was the COVID year, this program's only missed qualifying for the national championship event once since 1975. So it's an incredibly strong program, and we're excited about that. At the Collegiate Nationals, this bowling program's finished top 4 35 times out of the last 47 trips. And so there's a lot of success to be excited about in our past and where we're headed. We've had 5 singles champions. So as you look at the individual highlights, and the National Collegiate Bowling Association has been the governing body for this. We've had 56 women that have made a combined 136 scholar athlete teams. 30 women have made a combined 65 All-American teams. 7 women have combined to earn 8 MVP or Player of the Year honors, and 33 have been selected to compete for their country's national teams. So just an unbelievable collection of talent. Professionally, we've had 5 that have won a national title on the Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. And we have 8 current Shocker alums that are competing professionally now. So it gives you a really good indication in terms of where we're headed. We're incredibly excited to announce Holly Harris as our inaugural NCAA varsity head coach. Applause, please. Congratulations. She is an unbelievable caretaker of this program, and she's got great pride for it, and that came through in the process as we've certainly walked through her thoughts and her vision for the program. She competed for the Shockers for 4 years, served 1 year as team captain. Her teams placed top 10 nationally all 4 years, and twice she was named a collegiate All-American. So she's well qualified from a player's perspective. She served as a student assistant for 2 years, an associate coach for our bowling camps for 3 years, marketing, development, operations coordinator, which basically means jack of all trades, for Shocker Bowling for 5 years, and then head coach for the last 4.5 years. So Mark Lewis will serve as the assistant coach as we move forward, so we will have 2 full-time coaches overseeing the program. Okay? Just touch really briefly on our process. We began collaborating with a lot of the folks that we thanked a little over a year ago. We deliberated over a lot of variables as you transition from current status into NCAA, looking at recruiting, finances, the annual budget, personnel, league affiliation, which is still to be determined. We're working through that league affiliation piece right now and all the transition logistics. So we look forward to moving into that this summer, and it will be a solid 10 months of transition as we do that. So let me skip that piece. We're required, obviously, as I mentioned, to comply with NCAA rules as of today, and so there's some particular elements in terms of contact with recruits that will be different from the way we've normally operated, and obviously Holly and I will walk through that with Kent. VP Hall and I are continuing to work through the collaborative efforts on the funding of the program, and obviously we have aspirations, just as we do with all 15 of our programs, to align resources to expectation to win championships. Not only conference championships, but national championships, and I think we are equipped to do that. Okay? So when you talk about budget, coaches' salaries, benefits, recruiting, equipment, gear, facility rental, travel, nutrition, there's a lot of components to that. And we will do all those things the right way. The second piece of this transition I think is really important, and I'm excited for the young women in our program to benefit from all the services within athletics, right? Academic support, compliance, performance and mental health, strength and conditioning, sports medicine. All of those resources will be accessible as well. I think we talked to the young women in our program this morning. I appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you, and I hope it's an exciting time. There's a lot of questions as we transition, and we will walk through those together. But we talked about why. Ultimately, why as an institution are we doing this? I think it has been very clear to me from the outset when I first met President Muma that this institution is committed to investing in women and women's athletics here, and we will continue to do that. This is a concept that's been investigated numerous times over the last decade, as you all know. And so there's a lot of information that we had accessible to be able to do that. This program's been competitive for over 5 decades, and we feel like we can be nationally competitive early in this transition. This portfolio addition helps us align with our Title IX and gender equity goals as well, which is very important as an institution. As a student body evolves, we need to evolve as an athletics program as well. But I think most importantly, it's the history and tradition of the program. I had an opportunity to talk to 6 or 8 of the alums. I had 20 to call. We left a lot of voicemails, and of those that I was able to talk with, just expressing appreciation, because we don't get here alone. We stand on the shoulders of women that have worked really hard at this thing for 5 decades, and we get to benefit from that today. So I want to make sure our appreciation is well understood there. So anyway, we're excited about today's announcement. Without further delay, allow me the distinct pleasure to introduce Holly Harris as our university's and our program's first NCAA championship women's bowling head coach. Do a little photo.
Pretty nice.
That look okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good, Willie? All right.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you all for, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all for being here today. It's been a whole day. This has been a dream of mine and many former Shockers for a long, long, long time. And it's wonderful to say that we're now part of the athletics department and an NCAA program here at Wichita State. And I'm honored to lead these student athletes in the NCAA. I came to Wichita State in 2010 as a student, and I'm still here. I love being a Shocker, and I'm honored to continue being a Shocker. Things like these don't happen by one or two people alone. Teamwork is a pillar of Shocker bowling, and I'm excited to work with some new teammates. I'd like to thank Director of Athletics Kevin Saal and President Dr. Muma for working with us through this transition to get us started here. Thanks to Devin and my family for their constant support over the past few months and my 10+ years here in Wichita. And thank you to the Radigan Student Center for their constant support of the program over the last 50 years. They've allowed us to build this program to a championship caliber so that we can continue that in the NCAA world. And really, like Kevin said, thank you to the 50+ years of Shockers who have been part of this program. The alums have built such a legacy here and will continue to build on that foundation as we transition. Kevin talked a little bit about the history of the program. The program started in 1961. The first national championship was held in 1975 and won by us. Since then, the program has brought home 9 more national championships, most recently in 2021, along with 6 singles championships. The women have made the national tournament all but one time and finished in the top 4 35 times. This transition to the NCAA will allow us to match our championship level program with championship level resources provided by the athletic department. During this year before the official move to the NCAA, we'll continue to compete in our regular traditional tournaments and our postseason events. We're looking forward to continuing the winning tradition of Shocker bowling in this year and many, many years to come. Go Shocks!